When we were much younger, we did not know anything about boundaries, right?
Yes, for sure.
Did you know about it?
No.
Nothing.
You just get that uncomfortable feeling, but you don't know what to call it.
Boundaries are so important.
Yes.
They are necessary for our peace of mind and for us to protect our energy. That's why I invited the two of you to join me for this very special topic, because I see the two of you, I know your stories. I love the energy that you share online. The energy is very empowering. It is very graceful. And that's why I wanted to invite you, because I wanted to honor your strength. Welcome to Life to the Max. This is where we pause, breathe, and nurture our minds, bodies, and souls together. Whether you're seeking gentle guidance, practical wellness tips, or simply a moment of peace, you found your safe space. Here, healing isn't a destination. It's a beautiful journey we take one mindful step at a time. So grab your favorite tea, find your cozy corner, and let's explore what wellness means for you today. Let's begin. Hello, sweet souls! Welcome back to Life to the Max. Today, we are at one of my favorite quiet corners in the city, Harlan and Holden Coffee, here at Shangri-La Mall. I love their sea salt latte. For today, we are going to be talking about something that I've struggled with for so many years. Saying no. I thought that being kind meant saying yes to everything and everyone. Yes to every favor, every request. I didn't realize that this was slowly draining me of my energy. I got tired trying to be everything for everyone. Today, we are joined by two of the most empowered women that I know, Micaela Lagdameo and Vanna Garcia. And we are going to be diving deep and talking about the art of saying no. Hey guys, here we are right now, joined by Micaela Lagdameo and Vanna Garcia.
Hi. Thank you for having us, Max.
Thank you so much for joining.
Yes.
And for today's topic, we are actually going to dive deep into the topic, into the art of saying no, boundaries, and self-compassion. When we were much younger, we did not know anything about boundaries, right?
Yes, for sure.
Did you know about it?
No.
Nothing.
You just get that uncomfortable feeling, but you don't know what to call it.
You don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Boundaries are so important.
Yes.
They are necessary for our peace of mind and for us to protect our energy. I love the energy that you share online. The energy is very empowering. It is very graceful. And that's why I wanted to invite you, because I wanted to honor your strength. First question, were you a people pleaser in the past?
Yeah, for me, I was for sure. And I only realized that about nearly 4 years ago. I remember that exact moment because I was alone. I was on the floor and I just broke. And I realized that I had to block out what everyone's opinions were. I had to remove all the worries I had of what this person would think, what this person would feel, and all of that, because it was something that I lived by, always considering what everyone thought before my own. And that is one of the major signs of being a people pleaser. Not knowing how to say your true feelings, your opinions, always apologizing constantly for anything, any little thing, like, oh, I'm sorry I closed this door. Oh, I'm sorry, like, oh, sorry I'm late. Sorry I said that. Sorry. It's like overly apologizing, overcommitting, always saying yes, even when you want to stay in bed, even if it's an inconvenience for you. Yeah, I'll do it. You'll always go the extra mile for your friends, for your family, even when you're not okay. And that was me. It took therapy also to get me to that point. And, realizing that, hey, that's the reason why I ended up this way, is because I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know what the feeling was to actually acknowledge and take the time and the pause to think what I want, what I feel, because I was always just numb. And you know, the thing is, when you're going through something, when you're living through life and trauma and all of that, you don't realize that you're in it till after.
Yeah.
And then you're surviving, so you're so numb.
You think it's so
You don't
normal.
know. Yeah.
It's
You have no
Yeah.
you have no place and time to think.
Sometimes when you do what's right for yourself, you feel so guilty.
Exactly.
You don't know, oh my gosh, am I supposed to do this or not? Parang,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You're supposed to do everything for everyone while looking perfect pa.
Yeah.
Diba?
And then there's a
After the
moment
effort.
you're gonna just crumble.
Yeah.
And that is your breaking point, and that's where you need to get to actually rise again and heal.
Being a recovering people pleaser myself, I can't blame you. I can't blame any of us. We all grew up seeking our caregivers, our parents' approval.
Yes.
Right? Parang somehow we all grew up wanting to please them. So when we became adults, we ended up carried it on, wanting to please everyone around us. And then we thought that the more we please them, the more we will feel okay inside. And then yun pala, we were draining our energy na pala unconsciously.
Because I used to be an interior designer before. And like, even those things that are beyond my scope, I would do. Just to please my client, right? And at some point, it was so draining already that I couldn't even, because I don't feel so good about myself. So parang it was so hard to put the boundary as to where this is only where I am in terms of the work. Hanggang dito lang talaga. Pero you tend to do more. You know, even in show business, I felt like there are times when you are given a role that you are not comfortable with. And you still do it. Right? Because at the time, you can't say no. And they tell you that it's gonna be the best for you and it's gonna be like good for your career. But deep inside your heart, you don't
Doesn't feel
it.
aligned.
It doesn't feel aligned.
Totoo yan. Kasi when we were younger, sabi nila, oh, just accept everything.
Yeah.
Para magmumukha kang madali
Blessing
pakisamahan.
yan.
Oo, blessing. Okay.
Take the opportunity, well,
Yes.
strike while the iron is hot.
Oo.
Diba? I think the cue for something that you want to, like a boundary, because sometimes we don't realize what it is, diba? So I think you can cue it by, if it's something you're uncomfortable with and you're doubting yourself, like, should I do this? Should I not? Parang, I don't feel good about then. That's like maybe where you
That
should
is probably
start.
the starting point of
Yes.
it. Like,
When you finally learned to start saying no, how was that experience for you? How did it feel? I'm sure, because for me at the beginning, it didn't feel, it
Easy.
felt awkward. It didn't feel
it's
easy.
very uncomfortable.
Yes, there you
And
go.
I think when you're learning something new, it will always be hard. It will always be uncomfortable because people are not used to seeing you that way also.
Yes.
So you'll appear like, grabe naman to. She's so,
she's so up there.
Yeah, or,
you know what I mean?
you know, like, wow, that's strong of you. Can't you just make pakisama or
Oo.
all of that? But wait, if you are genuine inside and you know, like, I'm doing this for myself and I don't mean to trample on your toes or, you know, be an inconvenience to you, but for me it is. And it's also about respecting yourself.
Yeah.
Do you respect yourself enough to say no to that? But now, I'm like, do I really need to prove myself? I'm happy with the people around me. My family loves me. My good friends are there. What more do I need? If you can't say no to people, and if you're always looking for praise,
Yeah.
you know, from
Validation.
other people, validation,
Oh my
exactly
God.
there, that's the
Yeah.
word, then there's something wrong inward, inside.
Yes, that's true. There's a feeling that something is missing.
Yes.
That's why you are always seeking external validation. I'm also going through this new thing in my life where I stop caring if they will like me and start focusing if I will like them. Sometimes we tend to give our power away, like wanting the people to like us, not even thinking, wait lang, do I even like them to begin with?
You know, even sometimes the people that you meet sometimes aren't aligned with you. There's, you know, you don't have to please everybody is what they're saying.
Yes.
Just be yourself and the people who are aligned with you will be there.
Yes, yes.
And you'll know. You don't want to go to a certain thing and you have to over-explain things, diba? Parang why do we need to over-explain? It's just a no. I can.
Yes. Part of people pleasing is over-explaining.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a trauma response. Over-explaining because you feel like you need to defend yourself.
Justify
Yeah.
why you're saying no.
Yes. How has setting boundaries helped you protect your energy?
Oh, in a way for me, parang I say no and then I have more energy to do things that matter to me. So I'm protecting my energy that way and I can do so much more. Because it's a form of self-care also.
It is.
to have boundaries.
And me also, the power of saying no, it made me believe in myself more. Subconsciously, I needed people to like me. And then when you go through your healing journey, you realize you don't need to be liked by everyone.
Yes.
You only need to like yourself and to truly love yourself. Kasi the more you like yourself, the more you see yourself, the less you need others to like and see you.
Time for me is so precious.
Yes.
And before, I just looking back, it's like, wow, I spent so much time at events or doing all of this. And I'm like, wow, I could have done so much more.
Yeah.
Just being quiet. Before, I would panic, like just being alone. Wow, this is a new feeling. I didn't have any time to sit down with my thoughts and process. It was
reflect.
a new feeling.
And some people run away from that.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
because
Like
you
that.
feel everything.
I used to do that.
Right?
But now that I'm older, I also appreciate that like calmness.
The sacred
the
alone
sacred
time.
alone time.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then when I was younger, talaga,
Yeah,
it's so
that's
hard
true.
for me.
That's true. We love being busy before because it's like, oh, I have something to do. I have something to do. I have no chance to sit there and be like, this is what I feel pala.
Now I'm more outspoken with things I don't like. No, sometimes how the service is being done to you.
Okay.
You don't like
Okay.
how it's
That's
being
true.
done, like a massage na lang, for example. It's not the way you want it to be. Diba before we would keep mom about it, sometimes you're nasasaktan na, but we don't talk.
That's true. That's true.
Like, that's just a small way to put it.
That's a good way to practice it because they're
Right?
little things. So
The
what
little
more the
things,
big
the big
things?
things, yeah.
And what
Yeah.
I learned from that is, it's always how you communicate.
Yes.
Kasi no
Yes.
matter how small or big the boundary that you have to communicate, you have to do it with gentleness,
Yes.
with clarity.
Just say it just for
In a
improvement.
constructive way.
constructive
It's not
way.
naman, it's not about being rude.
The way I set boundaries is I always talk to the person the way I wish they would talk to me.
Yes.
Diba? With respect.
You'll accept it. Diba?
Yes.
Not na parang you'll feel offended.
Yes.
Okay.
But some people, I'll admit,
sensitive.
when people would set boundaries with me before, I would feel attacked.
Yeah.
I would feel
That's a
like,
normal feeling.
Oo.
I would feel like they're trying to tell me that, there's something wrong with me. Yung
Yeah.
pala, them setting boundaries is just them protecting their peace.
Yes, yes.
Right?
So true.
Right?
Speaking of that, I
Yeah.
actually learned that with my daughter because my
Okay.
daughter's 21 and I am so proud of her for doing that because it makes me cry because it's so hard to do. Like I was telling her, I was like, you're 21 and you're learning that at such a young age. I'm only learning it now at 40. And it's something that I'm so proud of because she also tried showbiz for a bit and there was a role that was given to her. It was supposed to be her first launch role. And she felt really uncomfortable with it and she
Right.
couldn't do it. And this was her launching show.
Yeah.
She was the main character. And she told
said
them,
no.
she goes, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Wow.
And
So you're not comfortable.
she was 19. She put up like a value in herself.
That's
Like I have so much value.
The
And
generation now talaga no, has
Yeah.
strong boundaries in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
And
And
so-
we're learning from them.
Yes.
exactly.
I
and
am
then
so inspired.
They know so much
Right?
about all mental
and then
stuff,
that was just
right?
work. With me, she would be like, Mom, like I have to put that boundary up because it's not okay with me. I don't feel that. I don't. So I was like, wow,
We can
like
learn from
listening
our
to her,
children.
I am
also, no,
learning
it's
from
not
her.
only- yes.
I need that courage.
Yeah.
Never ever give in to fear.
Yeah.
Never make your fear make your decisions for you.
That's
Yes.
true.
You
Don't be
have to
fear driven.
Feel what feels aligned
Yes.
and follow that feeling of
Follow
excitement.
your gut feel.
Follow your gut.
Your
That's
heart,
true.
in a way.
That's
That's why I have a tattoo here. Follow your heart.
Oh, that's nice.
But for my last question, if someone is watching right now and they're having a hard time setting boundaries, what would you advise them?
Okay, first, I think you really need to look within. Decisions are always the hardest to make. And what I do is personally, when I'm having a hard time deciding something that's really important to me, I imagine flipping a coin. And in that coin, there's heads or tails, right? One decision, another decision. And whatever I'm wishing for, that is the decision that I want. You know, at that moment when you're flippant, you're like, I wish it's this. And it
Then,
really helps me decide, this is what I want. Like something visual. Like that has really helped me in everything. In very hard decision making. And when you have that, parang you have to be buo inside, I always say. You block out everyone's opinions and really look inward. And that's one way to do it. And then when you know your decision, you stand by it. Then no matter what anyone says, you feel whole, you feel confident, and you feel secure. And be like, no, I'm doing this why. This is my why. And this is what I want to do. So you have to know the purpose behind it and why. Like ask yourself all the hard questions. Be clear. Because that is the start of putting up that hard no.
Yes,
Yeah.
True. Thank you. That's beautiful.
If there are things that are uncomfortable to you, these are things that you need to reflect on and see whether it is something you want to do or you don't want to do. And as you mature, as you get older, you become wiser. That's what we always say, diba? And it becomes more clear to you who you are. So you just have to follow that path talaga. Like, know who you are, be clear, and then everything else will follow.
That's true.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
The foundation is knowing yourself. And every time you say no to what you really don't want, you're actually saying yes to your energy.
That's self-care, guys. Like, really, you
yes.
protect your energy, you protect yourself, and you can be a better person.
You're right about
You feel better
you know
about
this
yourself.
topic. It's
Yeah.
something so simple, something so overlooked.
Yeah.
But wow, it's the hardest thing to do.
It is. But it's the most rewarding.
Oh, yeah.
Because now we can show up as our best selves and we can have more energy for the things that truly matter, which are the things that we love.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh, thank you. Cheers, girls.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Had fun.
Yes, I did. Two boundaries.
Cheers to boundaries.
Boundaries.
Okay, so we've talked about the why. Now let's talk about the how. Because sometimes, even if we do want to set boundaries, we just don't know what words to use. So here are some helpful scripts that you can use when learning how to set boundaries. Script 1, declining social invitations. When you're invited somewhere but you're genuinely exhausted, you can say, "Thank you so much for thinking of me. I really appreciate the invite, but I need to recharge this weekend. Let's plan something soon when I have more energy to give." No elaborate excuses, just honest and kind. Script 2, work boundaries. When someone asks you to take on more than you can handle, you can say, "I'd love to help, but I'm at capacity right now. If this is urgent, I can take a look at my priorities and see what I can shift, but something else would need to move." You're not saying you're lazy, you're just being realistic about your energy. Script 3, family expectations. This one's tough. When family expects you to show up in ways that drain you. You can say, "I love you and I want to maintain a healthy relationship with you. For me to do that, I need to state your boundary. I hope you can understand this comes from a place of love." It's always nice to communicate your boundaries with your family members with compassion, with gentleness, and with patience. Script 4, the simple no. Sometimes you don't have to explain anything at all. You can say, "I won't be able to do that, but thank you for asking." Full stop. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You can say no whenever you feel like it. And the most important script that you have to say is the one that you say to yourself. Setting boundaries doesn't make me selfish. It makes me honest. I cannot pour from an empty cup. Choosing myself is an act of love, not just for me, but for everyone I care about. Say that script to yourself until you believe it. To everyone watching, I want you to know that you are worthy of rest. You are worthy of peace.
And you are worthy of relationships that respect your boundaries and not punish you for having them. Always remember, saying no to what depletes you means saying yes to yourself. And that is the most radical act of self-love that you can practice. Here's to boundaries, self-compassion, and living life to the max on your own terms. See you in the next episode. Bye!